Hello, hi, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an April TBR, which there's only 4 books, but at the rate I'm going this month, that seems like a lot because it's been like 3 days since I've read. But my Friday Night Lights rewatch is going very well. So the first book that I am hoping to read and finish this month is Wild at Heart by K.A. Tucker. This is the sequel to The Simple Wild, which I read last year. It's about a girl called Calla who lives with her mother and her stepfather in Toronto. And she has a very strained relationship with her dad, but one day she gets an invitation to go visit him in Alaska. And she sees it as kind of her last opportunity to really get to know him because he's sick. But when she gets there, she is like a fish out of water because she went from, the city life to the remote frontier, and it's just very different. And she meets this guy, Jonah, who works for her dad as a pilot, and they have a very antagonistic relationship because they're just so vastly different. But it's a romance, so you can imagine where that goes. I was so intrigued by this series, and I'm so excited by this because it is a series. That never happens when it comes to romance. If it's a series, it's usually like each book is about a sibling or a friend, or they're like loosely related. But this one was really fascinating to me because it's literally about Jonah and Calla for like 3 books. Love it. Love it. So I'm super excited for this one. I don't really know where it's going or what it's going to be about other than it's about them, which I'm excited about. I didn't love Calla in the first book. I kind of find that she is very annoying. But I did really love her relationship with Jonah. So I'm super excited to see where that goes. And this cover, I mean, come on. So the next book that I'm hoping to read this month is An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. This book is giant. I need 2 hands to hold it up. I don't know anything about this. I know that it is a fantasy. I know that it is a series and a pretty popular one, but oddly enough, never been spoiled about anything. Literally have no idea what it's about. Because, I need to start another series clearly as I'm in the middle of like 30, but, I'm excited about this one. I'm always excited to start them. It's super popular. Everyone seems to like it, and it can't have ended that badly, right? Oh my gosh, what if I should expect total devastation, shouldn't I? I don't know. The next book that I'm hoping to read this month is Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is the sequel to Caraval, which I read a couple of months ago and really, really liked. It's about a girl called Scarlett who lives with an abusive, manipulative dad with her sister Tella. And the only kind of solace that they had as children was listening to their grandmother talk about this illusion game that she participated in called Caraval. And so her and her sister have always wanted to go. And one day they received tickets from Legend himself, the guy who runs the game. And Scarlett's kind of hesitant to go, but Tella's like, no, we're going. And by the time they get there, Tella goes missing, and Scarlett is forced to participate in this game with this guy called Julian that she doesn't really know and certainly doesn't trust. I loved this book. It was such a fun time. This one, I don't know anything about. I have my assumptions based on how the first book ended that this one is going to be more from the perspective of the sister Tella. I don't love that. Not that I have anything against Tella, but you know me, I don't like when a series like has a lot of different POVs, or when you have one book and then the next book you're like, oh, but now like this character. Nothing against Tella, but I really liked Scarlett. I'm really interested in her story, and I don't know if I want to read an entire book about another character. But like I said, I don't really know that that is the case with this. It's just my assumption based on how the first book ended. But I feel it's going to be a fun time just based on the first book. But yeah, don't really know what it's about. This is another series that I've not been spoiled on, which is just amazing. Man, the rock I live under. It's wonderful. It's wonderful because I go into every series having absolutely no idea what's in store for me. It's usually bad in the way that I'm just emotionally devastated, but hopefully this will be a fun time like the first one. And then the last book that I'm hoping to read this month is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I got this from Book of the Month in May of last year, and then, you know, it's me, so I did not read it. I don't have any idea what it's about. I assume, based on the title, that it is a retelling of Ariadne, or maybe it's the story of Ariadne. I don't know. I know the name, Greek mythology, don't know the story. Basically sums up my knowledge of all Greek mythology. I've heard of the name, I have no idea what the story is. So I really couldn't give you any sort of comparison or tell you at all what this is about, other than it is based on Greek mythology. That's it. The back says sister, lover, traitor, hero. That's probably what I read that made me get this, because that sounds definitely entertaining, but yeah, don't know anything about it, which about sums up my journey through books. I don't know anything about it, and then it hurts me. But yeah, those are all the books that I am hoping to read this month. Like I said, we're not off to a great start, but I'm hopeful. I can do it. They're not that long. And 2 of them are continuations of series. So at least I know the characters. That is a comfort. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to subscribe, please do, to see ultimately what I ended up thinking of all these books. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Snuggle babies. Hi. Lou. Rude. You can be the focus, Kate. Say hello. That's so nice. Say hello, everyone.